In a world of remakes and remasters,
Are we playing for
what was once sacred and cool has now soured and become lame.
Red?
Gone are the days of Pogs and Cowabunga. Now is the reign of slurp juice and dabs. Kids these days don't even know how bad they've got it. Now it's up to the best generation to rise to the occasion and make a show that dares to go where a lot of other nerdy shows have already gone quite a bit. That's right. They're going to talk about it a lot.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. This is Best Gen, where nerds complain about nerdy things, and it's called Best Gen because we all happen to be from the same generation, and we think that it's the best one, not because we're better than you, but our movies certainly were. So strap on in and prepare to wax nostalgic as we reminisce upon the days of yore while simultaneously complaining about the utter filth that keeps getting churned out of the local Hollywood sledge pipe on a daily basis. How's everybody doing?
I am doing fine. Don't know how everyone else is doing.
I'm doing slightly better than yesterday. Although I probably sound worse because now I've got like the weak voice. But I'm feeling mostly over being sick yet again.
Surprising, considering your late night escapades last night.
Oh,
of which I
was loopy. I was on drugs the whole time. I was loopy, and by the end, I had a migraine so bad, but the show must go on. So it was actually kind of fun. It was kind of fun streaming sick.
I really wished I could make it. I've had a migraine the past 4 days, and I just
did you have a little headache?
I did. It's been awful.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just talked about how I also had a headache, so yeah. I don't understand how that's an excuse.
Has your headache lasted 4 days?
See, like, that would have worked if, like, I hadn't gone first, David. Also, I think your mic is a little bit echoey. You might be coming through a different microphone.
Oh.
It's probably going to be it's probably also going to be a tight and cozy stream today. I think it's just going to be David and me. Because we had Jared last week, and he's only been able to do every other week. And who knows where Dark Jared is. Because his life is not a mess. Because his life is such a wreck. He's back on the pills. His life is so busy, is what I meant to say.
Does this sound better?
Yeah, that's much better.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't have my mic plugged in.
Just throwing some complete unnecessary shade at Jared. Oh gosh. Techmix, you legit got me sick somehow over the internet. You were in a different country. You were in a different continent. So I don't know how I got you sick, Charles. We played till like 1:30 in the morning, maybe around 2. Maybe it was 2. We didn't play much longer after you left, Josh.
Yeah. You do a raid then?
Yeah, we got we got destroyed because you didn't show up. Also, they've made some updates since Mark had done it last, and we were not prepared. It was a lot harder than we thought. It started off nice. We're like, oh, this is fun, and then it got way harder. It was pretty fun. And it was fun though.
Did anybody else have arrows, or was I the only one with arrows?
I couldn't find any of our arrows in the base.
I made a whole bunch of.
Well, they're probably in your inventory, which is why we couldn't find any.
That might be the case.
We also built it wrong. Like, we built this little siege tower and we had a bunch of cauldrons that we could dump boiling oil on the invaders.
Yeah.
But we put the door on the other side, and so they didn't funnel into our cauldrons.
Nice.
They went. It was bad planning. I blame Obama. So yeah, Mark's been fixing this morning. So. We got some fun people in the chat. Josh is in the chat. He was up on the stream last night. It was a lot of fun. It was pretty sad. We also probably had like way too much treasure. We probably triggered like a much too strong raid. And Jared is like a quarter of our level because he hasn't played as much, so he was just getting creamed. That's you. Yeah, Charles. We had bad defenses. It was. We'll do better this weekend. Yep. I think we're planning another one this Saturday. Yeah. Nice. Oh, they didn't attack the keep. They somehow got inside and killed all of our thralls. Oh no! They ran through the because someone opened one of the doors because I think we were dying and respawning. We didn't put our respawn beds in a smart place either. And so coming out, they didn't attack our main base, but they ran through the entire base and killed everything.
Lovely.
But we brought most of them back. We did lose Ted Lasso though.
Oh no.
And a few others whose names I can't remember. It was fun. It was a fun night, despite being completely physically miserable.
Nice.
Yeah, Jared was way too low level. Anyway, it's just gonna be. I think it's just gonna be us the whole stream. I haven't heard back from anyone else, so it's okay though. It's kind of a slow week. There's a little bit of news, and then it's just Severance and Invincible. Unless did you watch The Gorge?
I did not.
Okay. Well, I put it on the thumbnail. Every time I put something on the thumbnail, I regret it.
Yep. I told Martina that we need to watch it, but this week I
can't talk about
so busy.
I can't. The only thing, it's a good movie, but I already said everything I can say without you having seen it.
Spoiling, yeah. Gotcha.
Charles, shut up. I'm gonna boot.
I don't know if I'll have time to see it this week, but we'll try.
It's good. It was a fun movie. I think it could have been better, but that's me. I'm always critical of things I like. So, David, did you see though? There's more Daniel Green drama.
More Daniel Green drama?
As of yesterday.
I did not.
It's not over. Oh, no one's safe. Yeah.
Great.
I got this giant. I didn't buy this. I got it for free. I'm not gay. But it's kind of nice. Except that the straw is really thick and kind of phallic because it's so girthy. It makes me feel weird, but it's been nice because I've been so sick. I've had to drink like 3 of these.
Yep.
It's just full of water. I got it from giving blood, but I don't want to like name drop the company because I actually don't like them very much.
Yep.
Does the straw throw?
Mark, oh my gosh.
Okay, I'm sorry. I started reading that one. Yeah, Naomi is promising scorched earth now. It's okay. So let's share this. So what happened? Daniel released another video because behind the scenes, Naomi is gearing up for yet another round of attacks.
Lovely.
Don't read the one on the left. Or the one on the right came first. It's just both in the same picture.
Gotcha.
So So apparently the reason that she deleted the videos wasn't because of the reason that we thought. So behind the scenes, this is someone talking to her, someone texting her, had a conversation with Naomi, realized how depraved it was, and then screenshotted it and sent it to Daniel. She's kind of calling her out, like, hey, you kind of did a bad thing, right? Like, you called him a bad thing, and then everyone was crying for you because we believed you. That's why we all supported you. And that's also why there were so many people that were mad at you when you made the second video. And her response was, oopsie.
Yeah.
What do you mean, oops? Well, we'll see what happens. And that is referring to this post that she posted herself on Instagram, which is absolutely crazy. A casual reminder that my apology video was not me admitting to falsely accusing Daniel Green.
Okay, I don't remember an apology video. The last video we talked about was her.
Well, it got taken down too
of everything.
So she did her first video. Everyone was on her side. She did a second video where she released more videos, and everyone's like, "Oh," or more details, and everyone's like, "Oh, you're just a psychopath."
Yeah.
And then Monday, that was Saturday, and then Monday, 2 days later, she released a video saying, "I'm so sorry for everyone I hurt." Never mentioning I'm sorry to Daniel Green. It was literally I'm sorry I got caught, and I'm sorry I hurt real victims.
Yeah.
And then it was like 2 minutes, and then she took that down. Because apparently people got the wrong idea from her apology. Hey, William, what's up, dog? Just booktube in shambles, and it's quite entertaining. So she wasn't admitting to falsely accusing Daniel Green. I stand by my statement that he pressured me into sensual things that I didn't want, except that I didn't say no, so you can't blame him. That's not assault. Okay? You can participate in things that you don't like. That's still your choice. That doesn't mean assault afterwards, right? You can participate in something that you do like and then regret it later. That's also not assault, okay?
Yep.
So the apology was to SA victims. And I took it down because people were taking it as an admission to falsely accusing. I'll be explaining myself whether you like it or not, but it's taking time to put together. I am not rescinding that he did sensual things to me without my consent. Except that's exactly what you accused him of. Right. That's what you accused him of. And then you proved that it was consensual.
Yeah.
She's psychotic. And we've mentioned it before. That's the problem with the woke mind virus. She believes it. She's lied to herself for so long that she believes that this is truth, and it's crazy. So apparently there's going to be more videos in the future. I can't wait. This might have been the better outcome, to be honest. Yeah. Rather than discovering that only male progressives are deviants. Turns out, yes. Yeah, no, they're both horrible. Like, none of the parties look good in this.
Yeah.
But
honestly, it's kind of similar to the Johnny Depp thing as well. You know, like you can tell he definitely was not the kindest person and verbally abusive for sure.
Yeah.
But the things that she was accusing him of, nah.
And you can tell, like, what she regrets, though, is that it didn't go her way. Not that it happened.
Right.
She regrets that she lost to his girlfriend.
Yeah.
She also admitted that on day 3, after the 2 incidents of SA, she came on to him, and he said no. And I think that's what started all of this. Okay? She planned a sex trip with Daniel Green, thinking it was going to be romantic. And turns out he was just there for his pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
And when she wanted to spend time on herself, like one of her main complaints was, I'm just shocked that you were so focused on yourself and that I didn't get any of the fun. And you're like, that's not what assault victims say. I'm sorry.
Yep.
I'm sorry. It was against my will. And I didn't even finish. Like
Yeah. Against my will, I enjoy it. Like, yeah, it's pretty dumb. 3 episodes into Matt Smith Doctor Who.
Is the show going to continue ducking the important philosophical questions that it raises? I'm getting blue balled. Yeah, kind of. Look, if you don't have to keep watching. I'm just I really like I think Matt Smith is the peak of the best of the new Who stuff. Acting quality and also like effects and writing as well. But it's also inherently episodic. And so if it's not addressed in the episode,
it's
not
probably
coming
not
back,
being addressed,
you know?
yeah. There are a few plots that continue through several episodes, but
right.
Yeah, for the most part, it's very episodic, and also it's very different than something like Star Trek or
Right.
Other sci-fi shows that are more philosophical.
It's more just
in their musings.
It's like a soft
fun.
It's a soft sci-fi. Like it's
Yeah.
very casual. I liked it a lot when I was younger. I still like it now, probably because I'm nostalgic for it. It definitely doesn't hold up as much as something like Star Trek does, like premium quality. I still think it's good. I think, but if he didn't really love most of the Tennant era, so you I
might not.
I don't think it gets that much better. I still like it.
Yeah.
Doctor Who's Smith's run.
Oh no.
River Song had me Googling nudes of Alex Kingston. Worth the search, in my opinion.
Oh
wow.
Boy.
Oh boy.
That is one of the recurring characters that you get a little bit more info on, and it's fantastic how they wrap up her character.
Yeah, it's really good
in Peter Capaldi's run.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah, but I don't know if Capaldi's run is worth watching. You're definitely not going to like that. If you didn't like David Tennant, you're not going to like Peter Capaldi.
Yeah, that's true.
Started off pretty good, and then yikesy. That's when it starts getting real woke and real stupid. I haven't heard you talk about these ones. Miles Vorkes, I don't even know how to say that. Books. Yeah, so hopefully more Daniel Green videos in the future. I know Mark loves it when I bring up Daniel Green and it ruins his entire timeline. So looking forward to that. Yeah. Spread the joy and wisdom. I really liked Clara as a companion as well. But I just thought she was really pretty as a kid. So
I thought she was fine as in the Matt Smith era, and then Peter Capaldi kind of ruins her. Well, no, I think she was fine for the first season of
She's only in the first season of Peter Capaldi.
And then she's later. Anyway, yeah. Well, she's fantastic at first, and then she gets.
Wait, there were 2 Daniel Green videos today? What?
We're
look, I've been at church.
We're behind.
Okay, I've been sleeping. I woke up to go to a meeting, and then I came back home to a church meeting because I'm with the young men, so I have to do a whole bunch of planning. And then I came back home, slept more, and then went back to church. There's more Daniel Green drama. Like from him, I don't see any other videos.
It says no videos about him. I don't. Okay, so they weren't from him.
Okay. So people talking about him. Okay. I just thought I missed something again. This got thrust on me during the stream last night, and we had to pause the entire thing. It was great. Yeah, I don't see any other news. Okay. It's been absolutely crazy. And the worst part about it, yeah, I didn't talk about, that's what the other thing I needed to bring up. We needed to talk about Brando McSando.
What's he done now?
So the second that it happened, the Daniel Green stuff,
He
thrust
unfollowed him from
like
social
your
medias.
straw. Okay, I'm sorry I brought it up. It's just really thick. It's the thickest straw. It's thicker than like a boba straw. It's big.
All right.
Clara Oswald looks exactly like the kind of girl that yells at you for not using proper pronouns, and then later at night yells. Oh, it started off clean. Yeah, well, that's kind of her character. She started off really cool, and then becomes an insufferable feminist because the show gets woke and stupid. But
it's not her character as much as her boyfriend that is annoying and just like changes her personality.
Okay. So one of the worst parts about it, Brandon Sanderson. The second that it happened, the first video, Brandon Sanderson unfollowed Daniel Green on Instagram.
Right.
And everyone's like, "Oh, even Sanderson has canceled him." Then the second video came out, and he said nothing. And then this week happened, and he did his weekly update stream. Didn't mention it at all. But on that same day, he re-followed Daniel Green on Instagram. And so everyone's like,
what's the deal?
Doesn't mention it in the video at all. Everyone's like, to anyone throwing, and all the comments were like, anyone throwing shade at Daniel Green, you're mistaken. Or anyone throwing shade at Brandon Sanderson, you're mistaken, because he followed him back, okay? So he's one of the good guys. And then he responded to that comment, okay? So let me bring
Brandon
that
Sanderson
up.
responded to the comment?
Yes. So he doesn't even have the balls to
say
address
sorry,
it in his
wrong.
own video, right? To say, hey, I screwed up real bad.
Yeah.
Okay? It's so sad. Like, I love Sanderson so much. And it's just this depressing to see this downfall.
Yeah.
Okay, so for everyone giving Brandon a hard time about Daniel Green, he refollowed him, okay? And I don't recall him making any negative statements. Unfollowing him was the statement. Okay? He simply unfollowed him when things went bad and then got new information and adjusted. Relax. No. You don't get to, like, it's unfortunate, but when you are this big in fantasy, okay, he could have chose to do nothing. Okay, the people that are the freaks are the ones demanding that everyone virtue signal,
Right.
which is what caused the problem in the first place. Okay,
Yep.
the people are saying you saying nothing says everything, right? Like, oh, and the first part of his response is good. It's like, hey, the people who just want me to immediately comment on everything, that's ridiculous. You know, like, I'm going to skip to the middle.
Yeah, I like the first part there.
I
Said
recognize that.
you
Yeah,
unfollowed
look,
him, but then we talked and followed him back.
right. I recognize it's sometimes important for me to say things about relevant events, but it's also frustrating when people always want me to jump right in when my natural instinct is for a person to listen, investigate, and learn. Daniel deserves credit for his handle of things as well. Okay. Yeah, the people who are saying, oh, you not saying anything is bad. That's retarded. Okay? People have, maybe he hasn't even been on the internet. Maybe he's been reading books and he hasn't gone online. He hasn't even seen the news. So the people demanding that everyone come out and make a statement are evil, and they're the ones who caused the problem because that's what made everyone come out and denounce him. Oh, if I don't say anything, I'm going to get canceled. So everyone came out, canceled Daniel Green. Okay, so I really like that part of his comment. Okay, the problem is unfollowing him made a statement that forced. You can't do that and then not say anything about it. Okay, so I would 100% agree with this if it weren't for the fact that he was unfollowed, and he's blaming it on his team. Okay, my team unfollowed him by the time I woke up. Okay, that's also a you problem, Brandon.
Yeah.
If you're hiring team that can make decisions for you on your social media, that's your problem.
Yep.
Okay, you might not agree with what they've done, but you approved it. You gave them that power to make political statements with your social media.
Yeah.
Yeah, my team made a statement. That's a mess while I was asleep. That's worse. To me, that's worse.
Yeah, it kind of speaks to, his deal with Wind and Truth. It shows that he's surrounded himself with a team of people that
are doing things for him.
Push stuff and do it for him, yeah.
Okay. So while I 100% agree with the second half of this, yes, you should have said nothing. Okay, you had two options. Do nothing, say nothing, wait for stuff to come out, and then say, hey, I was giving him the benefit of the doubt. And turns out that was the right choice. The problem is you did something and then never said sorry for, just silently, I hope nobody notices that I was part of the cancel mob. Quite a week, wasn't it? I publicly lynched a guy. My bad. Oopsie. Yeah. Like, these people are just as bad as Naomi King. Oopsie, I accidentally ruined a guy's life. Oopsie. We had a big conversation about it, and I decided, with most of the team suggesting it, that we should wait for more info, except that you already acted.
Yeah.
Glad we did. And this is the worst part. False accusations are rare, but they do happen. Bull crap. False accusations happen all the time. Okay, the official statistic, okay, is that about 5% of accusations. People use this statistic to claim that only 5% of accusations are false, and that's not what this statistic actually represents. Okay, 5% of accusations can be proven false. Because, unfortunately, inherent in the name accusation, 90% of the time it's he said, she said.
Yep.
And unfortunately, only 5% of the time can you prove something false. They ignore the fact that it's also very rare in the other extremity. It's very rare to prove that they are true. And so when you dismiss and say false accusations are rare, they only happen 5% of the time, you're literally eliminating 90% of the time where nothing can be proven either way.
Yep.
False accusations are not rare. We don't know the real number, But anecdotally, in my life personally, not against me, but people people that I've seen.
Good preference.
I have seen people making SA allegations, and I'm not including Naomi King here, okay? But we could. 100% of accusations that I've seen have been false. I literally had to testify in high school against students who were making false accusations against a teacher.
Yep.
And it ruined his life. He was completely innocent because I was there when they were claiming that it happened. And I also overheard them bragging about how they were going to get this teacher fired by making up lies. Because they didn't like him. And it ruined his life because it didn't matter if they were true. Everyone thought they were. Or even if they didn't, that shred of doubt was present always.
Yep.
So I've seen false accusations completely destroy people's lives with no repercussions.
Yep.
For the accusers. And I 100% know that it was false. It's a situation that also would have fallen in the 90% where it couldn't be proven. Because again, it was her word against his word versus my and my friend's word. It was my whole friend group testified against them.
Yeah.
That one wasn't proven false. It just turned out they couldn't prove it was true.
Yep. To be fair, in a justice system where it's supposed to be innocent until proven guilty, it should swing.
90% are false. They're false until they're proved true.
Yeah, but that's not how the public wants our justice system to work.
Yes, the official statistic on allegations as collected by an agency that benefits immensely from dismissing the existence of false accusations is 5%. Yeah. I've been falsely accused twice. Yeah, that's horrible.
Yikes.
I believe they should absolutely be legally punished. Yep. But, like, Brandon, this is disgusting. You couldn't even address it in your video. I think Daniel Green has more subscribers than Brandon Sanderson too, which is I looked it up the other day. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, Brandon Sanderson's YouTube channel is fairly.
It's growing. New. It's growing very fast though.
Yeah.
Yes, I wish you could just not. He's just complete. This is washing your hands. This is literally sending Jesus. Right. No, I don't want to say that Daniel Green is the Jesus in this situation. Okay, not all metaphors are one to one. Okay, but this is sending Jesus to his execution, saying, "Sorry, there's nothing I can do about it. Oopsie."
Yeah.
Yeah. No, like my favorite author of all time. And I don't know if I'll ever read another one of his books. He's fallen so far from grace. Just in the last couple months.
Yeah.
It's really sad. Anyway, that was that. Okay, this is for later. Yeah, let's close this. Let's close that.
Do we have news we talked about, or should we get into Invincible while we wait for...
We got to do news first, because if you want an example of how to do it right, Zamil Akhtar, baby.
Man, I need to read.
Didn't say anything till Monday when Daniel Green posted. Daniel Green has been an incredible boon to the fantasy community, to my personal career. Absolutely. Like, Daniel Green did wonders. He's the reason that I read Zamil Akhtar. I found him through Daniel Green. And to the creators of my authors, he deserved the chance to deliver his side of the story before anyone rushed to judgment. Like, I can't like this guy anymore. Zamil Akhtar has more balls than Brandon Sanderson.
Yep.
And again, like, I guarantee you, our politics do not align.
Yeah.
Zamil Akhtar, he's not conservative. I'm pretty sure. I've seen some of the things he posts. He's actually a pretty reasonable, like, left of center. From what I can tell.
Yeah.
I don't want to, put him in a box, but he's probably closer to a centrist than he is a leftist. And that's pretty far from where I stand. I'm as far right as you can get. Okay? And for people saying, oh, that makes you a Nazi, you don't understand how that works. Nazis were left wing, but whatever. He's a lib. Probably, yeah. But he's a good guy. So, he likes my tweets, by the way.
Nice.
Anyway.
Yeah, he's a pretty reasonable dude.
Yeah, someone's bringing up James Bond. Yeah, James Bond will now be Jane Bond for trans, black, handicapped lesbian from Uganda. Yeah. Amazon bought out the MGM. So they've had distribution rights for a long time. And they paid a lot of money for those, and now they just paid a whole bunch more money for complete creative control. And then Jeff Bezos tweeted out, who do you want to be the next Bond? And most people said Henry Cavill. I don't think they're going to listen.
Not hate that. Yeah, that would be amazing.
Yeah, it's been a fan casting for a while. I think it's a good choice. I don't think it's the best choice. And I love Henry Cavill. He's got, like, if you watch Man from U.N.C.L.E., he's fantastic as a spy. I don't know if he's the perfect for the James Bond, though,
Yeah.
The problem is he's too nice. He's too much of a good guy. You need James Bond to be a little bit misogynist, And I don't know if I can see that. I don't know if I can see that out of my Cavill. I don't think I can see that out of my man. Man from U.N.C.L.E. 2. Heck yeah. It's a good movie. The best choice would probably just be someone.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought Daniel Craig was amazing, and I didn't know him at the time.
It's very unfortunate the way that they started off real good. Casino Royale was great. And really.
What was the last one? Skyfall was good. What was the last one?
No Time to Die.
No Time to Die, which was
garbage.
Basically, remove the first word. And
Spectre was trash too. So the last two of them were just terrible, and Quantum of Solace was pretty bad.
Oh, I like Quantum of Solace.
It's not good. Rewatch it, dude. It's not good. He'd been in stuff, but he wasn't popular.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, now he's crazy woke and gross too. Anyway, and so Amazon, blah blah blah. Should we just do all the news, or you said you wanted to?
It depends. We're waiting on more guests for.
No, I don't think. I think it's just us the whole time.
Just us. Okay. Well, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah, Steve said he's gonna make it next week.
Okay.
He just texted me. Oh, he sent me all his thoughts. Oh dear.
Oh no.
Oh man. Okay, we can read these once we get to Severance. It's his Severance theories. We'll get there.
Yep.
Yeah, he didn't want to do the last two films, and it was
That-
pretty
That
obvious.
goes, yeah.
Yeah, hopefully I still have a voice after tonight. Okay, this is funny. So SNL had their 50-year anniversary thing.
Mm-hmm.
The best part of it is the irony, because they started off with a monologue from a pedophile, right? And the joke was, we're doing an in memoriam like they do at the Oscars, but it's an in memoriam for all of our canceled sketches. Can't do that anymore. Can't do that anymore. Oh, we're so in memoriam to the jokes we can't tell anymore.
Yeah.
And then, proceeded to not be funny for the rest of the show. So they opened the show
With the funniest stuff.
with a funeral for the only times SNL was funny.
Yep.
They literally had a funeral for their own show.
That's pretty funny.
It's so bad. I've tried watching some of the sketches. They're terrible. It's a circle jerk. It's just, oh, remember this? Hey, we're bringing this character back for this.
Yeah.
And yet they're all of the characters, they're all neutered. It's pathetic.
Yeah.
Can't wait for those Epstein files to drop. We definitely know this guy's on that list. Jury duty renewed. It's not renewed. It's season 2 is going to be happening soon because it's already filmed. You saw jury duty, right?
I didn't know.
Dude,
I wanted to see it so bad. That's the one where everyone is fake, right? They're all actors except for one guy.
Except for one guy.
Fake trial.
I don't even look. This show is so funny. I don't know how it's legal though. It's crazy what they put this guy through, but also they became friends with him, and it's insane. It's actually crazy. So they set it up. They're like, hey, the premise for how they trick the one person. I guess it's easier to just trick one person than an entire cast. They're like, hey, you've been called for jury duty, but we have this TV studio. But that's a lie. I don't know if you can legally say, hey, you've got jury duty and have that be a lie. It's
they had to
like this show has really good lawyers, okay?
Yeah.
They've got really good lawyers. But so they bring one real person in for fake jury duty. They tell him it's real jury duty, but they say, hey, we're doing a documentary about this case, and so you're going to be on film this whole time. Okay, so that's how the cameras are explained,
right.
And everyone else is actors, relatively unknown because you can't get a famous people except for they get one famous person. They get what's his face?
Yeah. The guy right below him.
No.
Right?
No, they got
that looks like
it's not. That's a nobody.
okay.
I know he's in more films, but for some reason all I can think about is Sonic right now.
Oh, yeah.
James Marsden.
Right.
What is he in? What's he famous for? It's not Sonic.
He's the guy from Enchanted, right? I think
He's
that's the guy you're talking about.
the prince from Enchanted. He's not the main character guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, what was his big movie?
James Marsden.
James Marsden. Marsden. I guess Cyclops. Yeah, from X-Men is probably where most people.
Oh yeah, right.
There you go. Thanks. Thanks for that one, Al Bellio.
Oh.
Okay. So they get James Marsden on jury duty, but he's playing himself. He's like, oh, and he's trying to get out of it the whole time. hey, I'm rich. Like, hey, I really don't want to be in this jury. And he's like trying to come up with excuses, trying to get this guy to lie for him so that he can get out of jury duty. And the entire show is just to mess with one person. And it's so absolutely ridiculous. It's laugh out loud funny. I was like peeing myself the whole time. The one of the, I don't know if I want to spoil it. There's a joke. It's so good though. Like you gotta watch it, David.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I've had it on my radar for a long time. I just
Anyway,
never got
can't
to
wait for season 2. The problem is, the better this show is, the harder it's going to be to do more seasons.
Yeah.
It's the Nathan for you conundrum.
Yep. That's true.
This is the best premise of all time, and unfortunately, the more popular it gets, the less you can make.
Yeah.
Because more people are in on the secret.
Well, you just have to change the format. Do not jury duty, but something else.
That's true. But
you do a similar.
It's a great show. It was so funny. And they picked the perfect guy though. Like he was so nice. He was such a good person. It was just so hard to see it. Like it was great. Anyway, can't wait for that.
That's on Netflix, right?
Actually, I think it might be Amazon.
Oh, okay.
That's the thing. Amazon has
I don't know.
Good stuff, and their good stuff is when the producers aren't involved at all.
Exactly. Yep.
But we are getting a little bit of healing, okay? Because Community's band episode is available for streaming again, thanks to Trump. It's a must watch. You know which episode we're talking about, right?
Don't recall. No.
You don't know which Community episode you haven't been able to stream for years?
I mean, I saw it before anything got banned, so I don't know.
This is from the episode. It's the D&D episode.
No, really?
It's the first. Yeah, the second one isn't banned. The
Why?
D&D episode is.
Okay, no, I know.
It's because of the blackface, David.
Yeah. As soon as
why? Why is it banned?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got your Discord. I got it. Oh, there's news too. Okay. More. Sorry. I'll pull up our Discord. All right.
Yeah, as soon as I asked why, I remembered.
It's
so
Chang
good,
in blackface is so good.
I know.
That's racist.
Man.
I'm a drow. Who's the site? What is it? The Chosen, streaming on Prime Video. Interesting. Yeah, people like it.
Yep. Yeah, they actually.
Theatrical releases in the first 2 seasons. Cool. Cool. I haven't watched it all. Does that make me like a sinner? I know it's really good. I just I just forget to I'm going to go sit down and watch the show,
Yeah, they're doing season 5 right now. I don't know if it's going to be the last season because they're doing the Last Supper and the betrayal. And
David,
all that.
I don't know if you know this. Jesus dies at the end.
I know, but I could see them going up until the point where he gets betrayed and have season 6 just be, his trial and crucifixion and resurrection.
They get to talk about that hate crime.
They could go all through. But yeah, I really like The Chosen. I thought season 3, the end of season 3 was the only one I didn't like. I thought Peter walks on water, and I felt they detracted too much from that event by some background things that were happening with the characters. But other than that, it's been fantastic. I still need to finish season 4, but It's really, really well done.
After the 60s and they rested. That's a good one.
That's good.
Oh, that's a good joke.
Spoiler alert, Jesus died, but wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more. Two Jesus. You could get a second Jesus
If you call now.
for the price of your soul. If you call now,
That's good.
we'll give you a resurrected Jesus. Well, they could do season 7 if they follow the Mormon stuff. Yeah, because Jesus
true.
goes to America.
Yeah.
Coming to America.
Coming to America. No.
It's
They could also they said they hadn't initially planned on going after the
Yeah, they could easily follow the apostles and stuff. That would be cool.
because honestly that's
That would be real. That would actually be really
has
cool to do.
been. It's the chosen. It's the Jesus
Yeah.
chosen disciples, right?
Well, and then you
Good.
could get Paul and crap in there.
Yeah,
too. Like,
yeah, that would be freaking awesome.
Paul's story is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'd be kind of cool if they
There's more.
continue.
You guys are funny. I'm glad I have
That's
cool
some
friends.
good singers.
Oh, the fact that they're streaming exclusively with Prime Video. I hope they don't hear it. Yeah. They might race
Yeah.
swap Jesus.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: he does die and come back.
could,
They could do a swap. There is precedent ready for a swap.
Oh boy.
Jesus DEI'd on the cross, baby. Oxysol, now with extra grace to cleanse yourself of sins. If you order the next 3 days, an extra Oxysol for 13 silver off.
13 silver off. Oh, Bellio, that's good.
What reading order would you recommend? Just start at the beginning and read it. Skeleton Woman, Viola Davis. Yeah, that would be the casting, wouldn't it? It would be Viola Davis.
Yep. Goodness.
Oh baby, interesting. Cool news. Yeah, it's the D&D episode. That's it's the fun thing. Thanks for interrupting our blackface discussion for all that Jesus crap.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. Community is good. I'm still holding out hope that they come back for and a movie.
They are.
So
Yeah, the movie's a done deal.
They've been planning it for years. I haven't heard any movement on it.
There's been movement. They're making the movie.
Okay, cool.
They're getting
Excited
6
to see
seasons
how
in
they
the
wrap
movie.
up. Oh.
To segue though,
Okay, there you go.
Cynthia Erivo is going to play Jesus in Jesus Christ Superstar.
Oh boy.
It's the perfect segue. I couldn't have set it up better myself. So
Yep.
thanks for that, Steve. You really saved the stream. The movie's done filming? Yeah, I know. I don't know if it's done. But yeah. I don't know. Are you saying what I didn't mean like it's done. I meant done deal, like it's happening. If you're going off what I said. But yeah, the movie is happening.
Well, it's okay. The last update said it was expected to premiere in 2024. That didn't happen.
Yeah. But
2025 now.
it's being made.
Yeah, we'll see.
I don't really have anything to say about this other than God will not be mocked. So,
Yeah.
what is going on?
That being said, I've always wanted to see Jesus Christ Superstar.
It's a really good musical.
Yeah.
It's not exactly, like
I don't want to see this rendition of it, but
it's not exactly like, like
no, but it's fun.
canon.
Yeah.
That's the word I'm looking for. But the worst coal in the world. So some of the songs are real catchy though, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Pepperidge Farm remembers. There we go. More news. Bridget Jones, mad about the boy, made more money than Captain America this
That's sad.
last week, which is it's even more crazy because Bridget Jones is on streaming right now.
Is it really?
You can watch it for free.
For free?
Yeah, I think it's on. Well, if you have like a Peacock subscription,
Right. Okay.
and it still made more money than Captain America.
That's sad.
Which had, do we have? Oh, I thought I had the statistics. It had an 86% drop this week.
Ouch.
So not good, but it's okay. It's supposed to be bad, David. Did you know that? The post-credit scene is boring on purpose to avoid overshadowing Sam's debut as the new captain.
Yeah, that's a good strat. Good strat. Yep. That'll definitely pay off.
Let me see if I can pull it. I saw it in a news article. I don't know why I didn't send it to myself. Let's see if I can pull up the numbers.
William, I saw a headline that the Pope was ill. I didn't hear that it came after he debated J.D. Vance.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. That's not hilarious. That's sad, but also a little bit hilarious. You're bringing up.
I have theological problems with the Catholic Church. I think they do some good things, but I don't like their theology at all. But sorry. Yeah. Anyway, Captain America sucks. I don't want to talk about it. Doctor Who needs to be woke. And there's a reason every sci-fi fan should agree. I only brought this up because it's stupid. I don't care. I'm not going to read it. But I brought it up for a very specific reason because this came out the 18th of February. Mm-hmm. And the next day, it was announced that Doctor Who's getting canceled, baby.
Yeah.
Doctor Who, facing the axe as lead star Ncuti Gatwa, quits amid woeful ratings and fans' fury at woke storylines.
Yep.
Yeah, the next day. And then the BBC has been denying. No. The show's not getting canceled. He did quit, though. Yeah. So they lost Ncuti Gatwa and Russell T Davies. Who could have seen that coming?
Mm.
I think Disney is trying to bail on it too now. So
Lovely.
yeah. I know this one's not super credible, but it's come out elsewhere too. That was just the first one. They had
I've seen several. They were right. They were reporting on other rumors or whatever. But yeah, I don't think he's officially quit. He's just talking about leaving.
He's gone.
He is gone.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. How do you spell his name? Hold on.
Ncuti
It's
Gatwa?
pronounced Ncuti Gatwa, but it's
Ncuti.
Ncuti.
Gatwa. Yeah.
See if we can pull it up. Yeah, like he quit. Anyway, somebody has a baby crying in the background. Yeah, that's David.
Yep.
Anyway, Doctor Who sucks. We're getting season 2 soon. and I'm not looking forward to it. Yeah. So people questioning it, he went on social media and said, "Yeah, I'm out. I've already filmed my regeneration scene." So, yep, he's out.
Good luck to you, man.
I was trying to find more evidence, and I forgot that I'd already pulled it up. So, it was already ready. More news. We got a still from the Odyssey.
Dude, that looks good.
That's Matt Damon in costume for the as Odysseus.
Dang.
So Tom Holland is not playing Odysseus, which is great news. It's Matt Damon.
Yeah.
It looks really cool. It's not exactly historically accurate, as a lot of people on Twitter have pointed out.
Sure, but it's
said,
iconic.
It still looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not hating on it. It would be cool if we got horned helmets. I think that's one of the things that people have pointed out that would look really cool, is if he had horns on his helmet or whatever.
He does look good with a beard, though.
He looks good.
Yeah.
It's looking good.
I like that. Has he had a beard in any other movie? I can't think of anything.
Yeah, I think so.
Like, he's had some scruff, I think, before, but I can't think of any other film I've seen of him that he's got a full-on beard.
Someone pointed out, though, that the movie Troy came out 20 years ago, and Odysseus was played by Sean Bean, and the Odyssey takes place 20 years after the Iliad, because he spends 20 years at war. And the fact that it's not a sequel to Troy with Sean Bean reprising his role as Odysseus is an affront to nature. that would be kind of cool.
Yep.
But it's a different person making the movie, so it's not gonna, Yeah, Odysseus. The book itself isn't exactly historically accurate either. That's a great point. Josh.
Yep.
If the costuming isn't historically accurate, it's not the worst thing. Exhibit A.
Okay.
One of these is a little bit more cinematic than the other.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll go with the one on the left.
Joke.
It's also a joke, though.
I understand.
It's exaggerated for comedic purposes. But it's a pretty good joke. So
yep.
I don't know. Color me excited. Color me a little bit less excited because Ellen Page is in it. But have you seen this poster yet, David?
I have not. Why is she disintegrating into sand?
Because it's bad.
Yeah.
Do you think that this is a good quality poster, David?
I mean, it's visually striking. It doesn't seem to have anything to do with the source material other than that's one of the characters in it.
You know how to use Photoshop, right?
Yeah. That's like the blur tool.
Well, it's Liquify. So I actually made last night on stream when this came up. I made my own version of the poster.
Yeah.
And it took me 10 minutes. Here we go. It's her dress. It's just the Liquify tool. Obviously, I've done some exaggerating here, right? They just liquefied her dress and then did some disintegration set. Like it's actually a really bad Photoshop job. Look, like if you zoom in, it's like you can see the brush strokes, and you're like, oh, what is this? Like this isn't in camera. This isn't a scene from the movie you're gonna see. It's just a high school Photoshop making her disintegrate, and her right hand here looks horrible.
Yeah, you can see some of the bits where it literally
It's
just
just cut off.
blurs.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, yeah, that go
Right
down.
here, it's
Yeah.
just we're just gonna
They
blur
just
it,
smudged it and blurred it.
smudge it up. Yeah,
That's literally the smudge
It's-
tool.
and this
Ugh.
poster was making people cry online. So
Oh boy.
it was. I did it. I used Photoshop. Thank you very much. I got a little too excited with my face, but look, see, she's disintegrating here. See, I got her arm disintegrating.
Yeah. Use the clone brush with a
No,
different
I was dying, and my brain wasn't thinking right, and for some reason I was like, I thought you could use the eraser tool, with a textured brush, and I couldn't get that to work. And for some reason, my only other solution was to make a layer where I just used a paintbrush to paint it on, and then I didn't use that as a mask. I used the magic tool, the magic selector, to select that layer, and then changed layers and deleted Moraine.
there you go.
Because I was so dead sick, like my brain was not. That was the only way I could think of making her disintegrate. So
Yep.
there you go.
Yeah.
Meal time. There you go. I hate it. I hate it
I'm
so
excited
much.
to
Have you
dunk
seen?
on it, man.
Have you seen the first 11 minutes, David? You haven't, right?
No, they released the first 11 minutes of the show
Of season 3,
this next season.
yeah. I was on. You go. It's
Oh
terrible.
dear.
We're not gonna watch it here. It's really bad.
Is it 11 minutes of Moraine carrying water?
No, she's in it for a couple seconds because it's the Leandrin gets accused of being a dark friend, and the women blow each other up. It's horrible.
Sounds fun.
I don't want to talk about this. The costumes are terrible. Unbelievable. The attention to detail is so stunning. This would be more relevant if you'd watched the clip, but I hate these people. It's so whatever. There's zero attention to detail in this show.
Yeah.
Severance is apparently losing its identity though, with its own mystery box. The mysteries keep coming in Severance season 2, but there are very few answers. And Apple TV's most fascinating show is starting to get tiring. A lot of people are saying that they think it's just an empty mystery box. William thinks it's an empty mystery box. It very well could be.
Yeah.
And I would be very sad if it is. But I think the show has demonstrated it's actual real, not fake Twitter enthusiasm, attention to detail. A lot of the weird stuff that's happening is consistent with the other weird stuff. Like, I'm pretty sure there's an answer. I'm pretty sure the mystery box is full and there's something interesting inside. And if it's not, I'll be sad.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like,
There's
a difference. Yeah, keep going.
So the actors have alluded several times on, that they know where the show was going. In fact, they've commented on one of our theories was clones, right? And that was a theory that was posted online, and I forget who it was. I don't know if it was Adam or one of the showrunners or Zach Cherry, whatever, in an interview that said that's what would happen in a very boring version of Severance, right?
You were right about Arcane, though, so I will give you that.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though.
Time will tell.
This feels very different to me than in the show like Lost or From. And here's the difference. When it's an empty mystery box, the weird stuff isn't congruent. It's, this is a super weird thing. What could possibly be the answer to that? And that's what gets you to keep watching. But if you look at all of the weird things together, they don't make up a puzzle, right? It's just pieces being thrown, down that don't connect. The weird things that are happening in Severance keep connecting to each other and not just the main story, right? And that's, to me, why it feels like it is not an empty mystery box. Of course, I could be wrong. It's never happened ever before. I'm never wrong. But I could be wrong this time, and I'd be very, very sad.
Yeah. The thing that keeps it connected for me is several ongoing themes that just keep coming back, like their tempers that they keep bringing up. They keep bringing up every single episode. They're talking about the tempers, and it's relating back to things that we saw in season 1 that we didn't understand at the time. So I think it's all connected. That's not to say that there might be a few red herrings of things, like maybe the goats, the whole issue with the goats or whatever, is we're reading too much into that, and there's maybe it doesn't connect in the way that we think it will or something. But I am still holding on hope that it is connected, and I think we are getting enough answers as we're going on to make me think that there is something in the mystery box.
Okay, this is what Steven says from Simply Nerdy. It seems like all the innies are losing focus on the goal of finding Mark's Audie's wife. Helly and Mark's innie are too focused on their relationship and the experience Helly didn't get. Super annoying. I don't need any of that. Please move on. I agree. I somewhat agree. I also think that lack of focus is explained pretty well in the premise of the show. Yeah. Like we've seen before, yes, his wife is important to his outie, who knows it's his wife, right? Right. And the innie gets the information, hey, my outie's wife is real, but that the whole premise of the show is that they think that they're two different people, right? And this episode brought that up. Like, they have two different souls. My innie can go to heaven, even though my outie is doomed to hell, right? Like, so that scene I was laughing my head off. It was so funny. The dinner scene, which some people didn't like, thought it was a little bit boring. It was definitely weird. It was also hilarious, and a little bit creepy. But yeah, like, it is frustrating as a viewer to see them, say, hey, like, why wouldn't you look for your wife? But also think about it from their perspective. Like, he doesn't love his Audie's wife. Yeah. And he probably the second that they find her, it might throw some wrenches into their work dynamic. And so to me, yes, it is frustrating to say, hey, let's solve the mystery. It also makes sense why it's not the number one concern for the innies.
Yes. And to me, him finding his Audie's wife was never about, hey, this is my wife, I need to find out what's going on. It's more like, hey, I've always wanted to know what the heck we're doing at this company.
Yeah, this is just like another mystery. They're more interested in the mystery of the company than the mystery of the wife. Right. We're more interested in the mystery of the wife, right? Like, because we want to see Mark reunited with his wife.
But to them, they're just like, that's another piece of the puzzle. Mm-hmm. If we find my Audie's wife, then maybe we could find some answers of what we actually do with this company. I think that is the actual motivating thing, is what we're doing, what we're accomplishing at the company, more than let's find the wife.
I also think the way that they've done it is very intricate and very important to the finale, because it's built off of, it's been taking little steps each episode to heighten the changes, right? Like we talked about how the Mark and Helly dynamic it's literally changed every episode this season, right? It started off with Helly not being Helly, right? And then they have a relationship, and then once that switched, they still have to go through other steps, like
at first, like, he doesn't know how to talk to her because it wasn't the version of her that he was intimate with, right? And then he doesn't know how to tell her or know if he can even trust her, right?
And then this episode took the step of them doing the sexies, which was a little bit much. There were some of those shots were like, okay, I don't really need to see his hand going there. Yeah. That was a little uncomfortable for me. That was right on.
but
That was
still,
right on my
this-
border of I don't want to watch this.
Yeah,
right?
as far as intimate scenes go, it was still, it cut it
Yeah.
off before it got graphic and
Yeah,
uncomfortable.
went right up to the line
But-
for me.
Right. Yeah.
But now that that's happened, and now that he's fully unsevered, it's going to be even worse.
Right.
Which is the point. Like it's like every the dynamic is. There's been a shift in the dynamic every episode. It's taken incremental steps into just be like really good drama, and it's going to be interesting now.
Yeah. So
That
now
Innie commits to this relationship, now all of a sudden they're going to be the same person, and now he's both in love with his wife and with this
Right.
other. Like it's philosophically interesting.
Yeah. And
so
it's also kind of hits. Honestly, it kind of hits some of the same talking points with.
The dinner scene.
No. Zach Cherry's character. I always forget his character's name. Anyway, with him and his Audi's wife and their conjugal visits, right?
She's falling in Dylan. She's falling in love
Dylan.
with his Innie.
Yeah, it's like, again, it's so interesting to hear about their relationships with their Audis and how they view each other as completely different people, because of course, why wouldn't you? Like it is still physically you, but it's not you, right? It's a different person. It's a different part of your mind. It's a different soul even, right? So it's interesting to see how they view each other. And and his wife is like, your Audi is kind of a loser, and I kind of dig this version better. This version of you has purpose and is good at something and is committed. I just think that's pretty hilarious.
Yeah,
but
I also thought it was hilarious that Helen was saying she used my body to screw you, and you're like,
yeah.
Well, I mean, it's mostly her body. I would think,
she's the OG. You're just like
you're the one kind of using her body.
Yeah,
it's just funny.
But yeah, they both versions of these people think that they're different people, right? It's weird.
I don't love the fact that Irving is gay, but I love it's definitely caused some interesting questions. Yeah,
I agree, Charles. That would be an interesting thing.
Yeah, and then she does the same thing too.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
But,
goes both ways. So a couple things I noticed about this episode. I really liked Mark is talking with integration chick, and he's asking her why is Gemma Gemma's Innie or whatever rattling off a bunch of facts, and that was interesting to me, because I always wondered if those therapy sessions are just completely made up. But he's like, no, these are facts. These are things I actually did, but they're really weird, random facts about myself. So I love that little tidbit. And I also really like that. So they're talking about Gemma, and he said that she doesn't, in this vision or whatever that he had, or this recollection, he's like, she doesn't remember me. He notices that her
right.
Innie version, or whatever she is, doesn't recognize himself as an Innie,
as her husband, right?
As her husband. And she said, the Gemma is still in there, and I think that could work on multiple levels. That could be part of subconscious, or physically in there in Lumen.
Yeah.
So that was cool. Good. A lot of the stuff that she says is kind of ambiguous, and I think it's on purpose.
This one's from Steve. Helena is messing with Mark's Audi now too. Woman, back off. Jeez, she is still trying to have a relationship with Mark. Messed up woman. She must have double motives here. She wants a relationship with Mark, but she could also want to keep tabs on him. Spies everywhere. Yeah, that scene was great.
Yeah, it was great and creepy.
I loved
and
that scene.
Wonderful too. Yeah, and again, it's ambiguous. Does she want to be in his life to keep tabs on him? Because now Now, what's her name? Selvig isn't there anymore. Which by the way, we haven't seen from her at all. She just drove away in the car. We haven't seen her resurface. So is she just trying to keep tabs on her or on him, or is she, is she really jealous of her innie and wants a piece of that, or is it a little bit of both? I love that they keep these things ambiguous. It can be both.
Yep.
Or either one. I love
what was it about that conversation though that set Mark off?
I think she was acting really weird, like
right, because she's a creep,
right?
But
I felt no. It was weird because
something
he got a flashback.
That she said
he got a flashback of her innie version, and so I don't know if he remembered everything or just got a flash and overcome with feelings or something.
She used the wrong name for his wife. What name did she use? It was.
Yeah, you're right. She did.
Yeah, but I don't know if that was just her trying to be dismissive or
trying to act like she didn't know everything.
Because it wasn't like someone else's name. Yeah, he got the flashback after. He didn't get it in that scene. There was something that she said in that. She said Emma. I don't know who Emma is supposed to be.
I don't know.
Anyway.
A couple more things that I really like. There's that scene where Helly is talking to them about, trying to figure out what's going on, find his wife and whatever. And nobody seems to want to be motivated to do anything. And she's like, did everyone sever their balls in the elevator? I thought that was a great line.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and then the other thing that I loved was Milchek practicing how to put paper clips on the right way, and then motivating himself in the mirror and talking to, simplifying his complicated words. His
performance there was great.
Yeah, it was so good.
Grow
up.
Yeah, that was. Yeah. He's been fantastic.
It's been really good
series, but
it would follow reason that he worked on the first two complaints, and this next episode he's going to throw down and fix the third big complaint or something.
Yeah.
So we'll see what he does. Crack down and get.
So we did get more information though about my theory that that Milchek and crazy lady, what's her name? The lady that we haven't seen in a few episodes.
Selvig.
Milchek and Selvig.
Other name.
So my theory that the non-severed employees on the severed floor are previous severed employees who've been granted outside permanence, which would explain why they're so freaking weird. It might not hold up anymore because of the dinner conversation where severance has only existed for 15 years, but it could still work fine,
Yeah.
But that scene too. Do you think that was a lie? Do you think, or when he excused his husband, saying, talking about having dinner with his previous partner?
Oh yes, he said he worked there. He worked at Lumen before.
He mentioned something happened 20 years ago, but well, Lumens existed there, but
right.
But the severance process has only existed for 15 years, or 12 or something like that. But he mentioned something 20 years ago. Do you think that was a slip up? Do you think that was a lie? Or I think, well, my wife had the theory that that he isn't severed, and so he remembers everything or something like that. But
No, I don't think he's. I think he's severed. Otherwise, why would they mention he
I don't
went
know.
to the severed thing to save his soul? Right?
Yeah, I didn't think it was a good theory, but there's something there.
Yeah.
There's
I think
something there.
it means
There's
he's
all
been
these
working
little
at
dialogue
Lumen.
hints that just scare me. I'm like, oh, I don't know
Yeah.
what this is. Mark's been a member for 28 months. That's awesome.
Nice.
You can become a member too. Everybody's doing it. Just once won't hurt.
Yeah. I think it was just
Oh,
saying.
maybe
that he
the
was,
lie is that the process has existed for longer than 20 years.
either that
Actually.
or that he worked for Lumen before the severed process,
Yeah.
and then became a severed employee or something.
Something.
And it may be that he helped develop. Well, no, that
He's
that wouldn't
helping
make
the
sense.
enemy. Well, he has been spying on Irving, but that was explained. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. And it might just be an empty mystery box, and all this is for naught, which would be really sad. Steve says, Mark, talk to your freaking sister. She has been with you the whole journey, helping you. Talk about why are you cutting her off? What's the problem?
Yeah, that was a bit frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, he also made a really stupid, sort of drastically stupid choice that she might yell at him for. So
Yeah. Well, I think after this episode ended with him convulsing and
they're gonna have to talk.
foaming at the mouth, she's going to be more involved.
He also says Mark is going to die just like Petey because his symptoms are way worse. Yeah. Also, like, my statement doesn't apply anymore that, we're going to be drip feeding the revelations because now that's not a thing anymore.
What do you mean?
Like his reintegration. I thought, like, this is a smart way to do it so they can give us more answers gradually as he's in and out, the memories coming slowly. Because we thought after, like, episode 3
Right.
that, wow, like, I wasn't expecting them to just have him reintegrated in one episode. I thought
Right.
it was going to be slow. And then we found out, no, they are doing it slow. And then they took that back, too, and no, we're doing it fast now.
Well, so you think he's fully integrated now?
I mean, or soon,
Yeah.
if they flooded the system. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who
I'm
is
not
the
sure.
woman helping Mark with reintegration? We still have no idea who she is, and no one's asking about her past, but letting her experiment on brains left and right. Yeah.
Yep. We only know that she used to work at Lumen.
Something like yes. Maybe she was romantic for Mark's wife. Should be stupid. That'd be a dumb reveal.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say about that episode.
It's been interesting. I like the show. I have faith in it. I mean, Ben Stiller has a pretty good track record with things he's produced too, so
Yeah.
could be totally wrong. I hope I'm not. I hope I'm not wrong. Thanks for reading off your comments. Yeah, that's why. Got it. Invincible is good. Yeah.
Yeah. You want to get into Invincible?
I guess Mark wants us to move on from Severance because he's 2 episodes behind. That's a you problem, Mark. We were going to talk about the Gorge, but no one did their homework, so that'll be next week.
Sorry,
Every time I take a risk and I put something on the thumbnail, it falls through. So,
Yep.
watch the Gorge. I liked it. It
I'll
could have been
try
better,
to get that done
and
this
I
week.
can't talk about how it can be better until people watch it. Reacher, our Reacher 3 dropped last week, and I didn't watch. I haven't seen it. Because the actor's a douchebag. And I kind of don't want to watch it anymore. I know I should. I'll at least check out the first episode and report back, but I said that last week too. He's such a dick. And I liked him so much. And then he opened his mouth. It's frustrating. It's very frustrating. Just betraying his core fan base like that, because he wants Hollywood stardom. Hot take: The Gorge was dumb. It has problems. It's not perfect. It's got some charm to it, though, baby. I liked it. It's not what I was expecting, and I enjoyed that surprise. So, also, it's Miles Teller, baby. I like him. I like Miles Teller. Okay. You don't watch Reacher, right? You haven't watched any of it.
I haven't watched any of it. No.
See, Mark liked it. Yeah. Screw you, Steven. Mark liked it.
It's another one that's been on my watch list. I need to finish.
And Mark liked. Okay, you would like the ending. You sap. You sap, Mark. I don't hate the ending. I just think that it could be better. Okay? They missed some opportunities to have a perfect story instead of just a pretty good story. Invincible. It's pretty good.
Yeah, this episode was better than episode 4.
I wish there wasn't yet another fake out death scene with Dragon Guy.
That was a fake out? I didn't.
Yeah, he gets shot in the head and then resurrected in the post-credit scene.
Oh, I missed the post-credit scene then.
Yeah, it's just him getting resurrected.
Huh. Lovely.
Alan Richardson thanks for his name, is a douchebag, but also only like 80% as much of a douchebag. Yeah. See, that's true too, you know? He's slightly less douchey than the majority of Hollywood, but it's still super douchey. I don't know, like the comments he made about who was it? The Republican guy. It was just like,
no idea.
We used to be friends, and he's a total creep. I never liked him. You're like, and then that guy came out and said, Matt Gaetz came out and said, dude, like, your dad invited me to your sister's wedding like 2 years ago, and I was there. You know, like, weird stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, this episode was good. It started off with Multi-Paul trying to escape, right? Which wouldn't have worked because it was cool how he multiplied himself to increase the pressure and blow the door off, but it
doesn't make sense.
Exploded up more, before
there was no pressure upward.
Yeah.
The bodies would have crushed him before they opened the door. Yeah, I had the same complaint. I was like, that's really stupid. That would not work.
Exactly. But I liked the backstory with Multi-Paul and Duplicate. It's it's trite, but
yeah,
it was good.
Didn't take up too much time. It was kind of just like, but yeah, I don't really love Multi-Paul as a character, and I figured out why because I paused the show while watching it.
Mm-hmm.
It's Simulu.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So gross.
Okay. Whatever.
Great casting. Yeah. Gross.
Yep. Yeah. Whatever.
You didn't like Steelheart, Charles. I have read Steelheart. It's okay. I think it starts off.
I haven't read yet.
I think it starts off really good, and it ends. The ending is like, it's not terrible. It's just too much, and it turns into a multiverse story, and I don't like it that much. It's just a lot to take in at the end, and I think it took down the series significantly. So didn't love it. Jillian Jacobs. Being Eve is ruining my enjoyment of that relationship for Mark. You don't like Britta? Is she said stupid things in real life? Because she's great in Community.
Yeah. I don't know anything about her as a.
She's also the sister. She does Rick and Morty voices too, right? Yeah.
I'm not sure.
William, you just
Yeah.
a Jillian Jacobs hater, I guess.
Another thing that I thought was a little bit silly is Multi-Paul is talking with his sister, his sister Duplicate, right?
Yeah.
And he makes the comment about you're just trapped with the GDA, just like I'm trapped with this crime syndicate or whatever. Which, okay, fine, but it also doesn't make sense after Mark and a whole bunch of other heroes just left the GDA.
Yeah.
And stepped away, and it was perfectly fine. So, like, the only reason, like, she is staying there is because of her fiance, right? But it's just like,
what?
It's a fine sentiment in isolation, but considering right after the previous events happened, doesn't make sense. Mark, oh my gosh, dude!
It's the best comedy TV show of all time. Yes.
I don't know about the best of all time. It's pretty.
What's
dang
better?
good.
Name a show that's better. Name a comedy show that's better than Community.
Gallivant.
Wrong. Gallivant's pretty good.
I freaking love Gallivant, man. No, you're right. Community is pretty darn good.
It's better than Arrested Development, and I'll die on that hill.
If it weren't for the last 2 seasons of Arrested Development,
see,
yeah.
Will's got my back. There's not a better comedy.
Yeah, it's really good.
I love Parks and Rec. Doesn't come close to Community.
Yeah.
Wow.
Y'all need to get on that. Community is fantastic.
It's so good.
It's one of the seasons, season 3 or season 4, kind of
4
dips a little bit
because
it's still fun, but it's not the greatest. But then it gets better again
because they fired the showrunner.
Yep.
And it sucked, and then they brought him back, and then he made fun of how they fired him. It's great.
Yeah, it's still not terrible. It just wasn't nearly as good as the rest of the seasons. But yeah, thankfully it got better after that. Whereas Arrested Development was freaking fantastic for seasons 1 and 2, and then just like
its post-death seasons are still really good. I think the second to last season is one of my favorites. It's solid with Professor Hickey, the Breaking Bad actor.
Yeah.
Is so good. I was so mad that he didn't return for the final season.
Yeah. That's probably the worst part about
but his replacement was
Community
pretty great. His replacement
rotation.
the black guy was pretty good too.
Yeah. That's probably the most frustrating part of Community is that the cast of characters does not remain the same.
Well, because it got canceled like 8 times.
Yeah,
the show was brought back from the dead more times than any other show in history.
Yep.
It's insane. You regenerated more than Doctor Who, baby.
Haven't seen the deleted episode, Charles. You need to get on that. It's fantastic.
You can't get into
and
Mythic
now you can see
Quest. Is that what you're saying?
Oh man, Mythic Quest is fantastic.
It's funny.
Yeah, we're on. My wife and I are in season 2 of Mythic Quest.
I haven't seen the deleted episode. It's so funny. It's one of the best episodes of Community too. It's so good.
Community does have a lot of very memorable episodes. Like you can. Yeah. Anyway, it's fantastic.
You can't beat the Zodiac episode. It's too good.
Zodiac was good. The
coin,
both the paintball episodes are good.
The butt crack bandit or whatever.
Yeah. What's their parody of
Mark?
Doctor
Mark,
Who?
I agree. The advertising for Mythic Quest is garbage. It's horrible. It makes the show look bad, but the show is really good. So, what were you saying about Community?
I was just listing off some good episodes. Memorable episodes.
The D&D episode's fantastic. I mean, all of them are great. The paintball the first two paintball the first four paintball episodes are good. The only paintball episode that sucks is season 4.
Yeah. The one where they're all yarn is, or no, it's not yarn.
That's
It's
season
claymation.
4. You just sinned, David.
There was
Yes.
2 of them. Not
I
the
know.
one that was the yarn. There was one that was
I know.
animated.
And the one you mentioned was season 4, the one that was garbage. They were playing off of the claymation episode.
That's
which is
what I meant
perfect.
to say.
And they tried to do a puppet episode, and it was horrible.
Yes, the claymation one was fantastic. The pillow fort.
Okay. Josh. Community is not an office type show.
No, it is not a mockumentary type of thing.
You're wrong. Okay, they couldn't be more different from each other. Okay, Parks and Recreation is an office show. Parks and Recreation, Animal Control, the
What we do
school,
in the shadows.
the elementary school show that people like right now that I haven't watched. My wife thinks it's funny. Abbott Elementary.
Right,
Those are
okay.
workplace comedies. That is not what Community is. Okay, Community. Community
the only
lampoons every single genre in existence.
Yeah.
It's extremely meta. The closest thing you could compare it to is Arrested Development, where it makes fun of itself. It's extremely meta. It's extremely intricate, and it's hilarious.
Yeah. The only part that I think could be compared to The Office is the segments with Troy and Abed, their newscast segment, Troy and Abed in the morning, right? That's the only bit where they're like talking directly to the camera.
Right, but it's a bit.
But yeah, it's they're filming it. It's not like people are doing a documentary of the community like they would do in Office.
Okay, I wasn't comparing them, but you haven't watched it though. Right? Am I confusing you with someone else? You have watched it. Or you couldn't get.
No, he's not.
I haven't watched it, so you don't know what it is though. You don't know what you're comparing. It's so good. Look, season 1 is really funny. It starts doing this in season 1, just not as much. But past season 1, every episode is a different genre. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's
okay?
really.
They started doing it a little bit, but then they just lean into it and it lampoons and dissects all of cinema. It's amazing.
Yeah. So to answer your question about ones
Afterlife,
that may be
I did
better,
watch the first episode. It was pretty good. I don't know why I didn't keep watching. Not because it was bad. I think I just got busy.
Yeah, I think I started watching that one too, but then wherever it was streaming, I lost access to it. I never finished. I watched his other one that he made right before that. That was I forget what it was called, but it was about him in a care facility for special needs or something.
Yeah, what is that one called? I can't. I
think
know
it's
what you're talking
like
about.
Steven or something like that. That one was
Stevie or
funny.
something like that.
It was funny and heartwarming, but people gave him so much crap for playing a disabled person that he wasn't playing it completely accurate to the disability or something, and people thought he was being disrespectful. I'm like, shut up! It was so heartfelt and good, but
yeah, I agree. I enjoy Animal Control. It doesn't hold a candle to. It's very average. It's very. I do
think Animal Control has been getting better this last season that's going on right now.
It's
in
pretty
particular. Good. So there are some other shows that I would say started better than Community, but kind of dwindled at the end. And one would be Raising Hope, fantastic show. I think they wrapped up pretty good. And then another one is My Name is Earl, which is fantastic show, but it just kind of went on too long and beat itself too much, but got a little bit repetitive.
Yeah. But I did like what I saw of Afterlife. I should probably go and finish watching it. I have seen that there's a wonderful scene where he's talking to the actress who does Kunk, is it
Philomena Kunk.
Philomena Kunk. She's in one of the scenes, and they have a sparring of words, and it's very funny. Crunk.
No, it's Philomena Kunk.
Yeah.
She's hilarious, by the way.
She's very funny.
We've seen a couple of her Philomena Kunk on Life or something like that, whatever it's called. It's really good.
Yeah,
good stuff.
Raising Hope. It's a little bit cheesy. It's not like
Derek is the name of that show.
It's not like like the best comedy ever, but it's pretty solid throughout. So.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. It was satisfying in the end, but I think there were a couple times when it kind of jumped the shark a little bit in the comedy. I prefer my comedy to be, more grounded.
Yeah.
Which I say that, and Community just off the wall ridiculousness, but it's still.
I would contend that Community is grounded.
Yeah,
much more grounded than Raising Hope.
Yeah, I don't know.
You gotta watch Community anyway.
Yeah.
Invincible.
Yeah, so we're on that.
I forget. There's.
I love that.
The dinner scene was great.
The dinner scene was fantastic. I really liked Rex's Rexplode, right? And we didn't talk about it a couple episodes ago, but him trying to be a nicer person. I forget which one of the episodes he's like, this. He like does some like quip. Yeah, that's the old me. That's
normally I'd make an inappropriate joke here, but that's the old me, and I'm refraining from doing so. Yeah,
I love him trying to be nicer. And that dinner scene with whatever the shrinky lady's name is, that was really good. I don't think I have a whole lot else to say about the episode. We covered
there was the
multiple duplicate stuff,
the drama, it went back to rock guy stuff, which was pretty interesting. I liked it.
Yeah.
And the Mark's brother.
Yeah, that was a good scene with him.
Really good stuff.
Following him and seeing he's going to get in trouble, and like, oh no, he's going to beat the crap out of these dudes and cause a problem, and he didn't. That was good character growth.
What was the one with the
that was another thing. I thought it was hilarious that in this world of superheroes and everything, the rock dude's daughter didn't bat an eyelash about some guy with a metal jaw buying all of the cookies. She just like mentioned it casually, like, yeah, of course, in a world where we have all these crazy superhero people, that's not weird.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was good. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. I have no idea. I assume we're talking about a comedy. I just Googled Son of the Devil comedy show, and the first result was Reaper, which I don't know what that is. He works for the devil. I don't know. Are you talking about like Lucifer, the TV show? That's the devil. I don't know. I don't know what that one is. Cosby Show is hilarious. I loved the Cosby Show. I loved Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
It's still. It was literally this week. I was doing a bit. I was like, "What is that from? What is that from?" I was like, "Oh, it's from Bill Cosby's stand-up." I was like, "No, well, that's tainted now."
Yeah.
That's it. Reaper.
That's a shame.
I'll check it out. It's got like 3 seasons, maybe. 2 or 3. How many? 1 season. I don't know.
No, it's apparently got 2 seasons, but it's getting canceled.
Well, it's an old show.
Okay.
Well,
the top. Okay.
It's getting canceled. Newsflash.
The top thing was in 2023.
There was also Dead Like Me. That was another show about the Grim Reaper. That one's got the guy Indigo Montoya in it.
Ooh.
Right? I
He
think I've
hasn't-
seen like a couple episodes of it.
I haven't seen him in anything besides
It's an old show.
that, and he's like the main guy in Criminal Minds, right?
He's in Criminal Minds.
One of those,
yes.
yeah, Criminal Minds.
Wait, how come I'm not seeing him in the cast? Am I thinking of a different show? Is it like Pushing Daisies or something like that?
Oh, that's another fantastic one that
I
would have
couldn't
been.
get into that one. I couldn't. I tried, and it wasn't that great.
You know, like Pushing Daisies.
I didn't hate it. I just didn't love it.
That was charming.
I don't see him in the cast, but I'm sure he's in it.
Mandy Patinkin.
Mandy Patinkin.
Patinkin. Yep.
Mandy Patinkin. Dead. Yeah, he's in Dead Like Me. He's just not main build for some reason. On Amazon, on IMBD. Yeah, that's another show about Grim Reapers. So I've heard that one's pretty good.
Nice.
Dharma and Greg, never heard of it. Never seen it. Is anyone else in the mood for pudding pop? Every day, baby. Every day.
Yeah.
Big universe. To Russell, my brother, whom I slept with, is still just one of the funniest.
Peak Bill
comedy
Cosby,
albums of
yeah.
all time. Oh man, that one hurt a lot. It's not every day you find out your idol is a rapist. I could literally, from start to finish, I could quote from memory 3 of his entire stand-up albums.
Yeah. That was good. We would play those on repeat.
Yeah. He's still funny.
Mm-hmm.
It's just creepy now. Dharma and Greg was a great show. I never heard of it. It sounds, not gonna lie, it sounds kind of woke. It sounds like a DEI show. Dharma and Greg. I mean, I like Thomas Gibson. He's a cool guy. Anyway, yeah, that's kind of all we got for the show. Sanderson hurts. Yeah. What hurt? Okay. Sanderson is more recent. Okay, so it's got recency bias.
Yeah, but Sanderson can also come back.
That's true.
Bill Cosby can't come back from what he did. Like there's no.
I don't think it's just recency bias. Sanderson hurts me more. And I idolized Bill Cosby. I probably idolized Brandon Sanderson more. But what makes it more personally hurtful for me is that he's a Mormon. We're the same religion.
Yeah.
And so it's not just an idol of mine that has fallen from grace.
Someone that's supposed to have your same values.
Yes, exactly. It's someone who should have had my same values and turns out just doesn't. Is so confusing. It's heartbreaking.
Bad writing is fixable.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm not saying what Brandon Sanderson did is worse than what Bill Cosby did. I'm saying it personally hurts me more. I'm more affected by it. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. I love Sanderson more than Bill. Man, I love Bill Cosby, though.
Yeah, see, Charles, you grew up like after that.
You don't know what it was
happened.
like, man. Charles.
Growing up
Bill
as a
Cosby was
teenager.
so good.
Bill Cosby was fantastic. See, that was a thing too. Is you may not be more familiar with Bill Cosby than Sanderson, but he still stood up for great family values. You know, his Cosby show was so heartwarming, and it was just, gosh.
Don't take my words out of context, okay? But at least the Cosby Show didn't go woke.
Yeah.
He's a hypocrite. He didn't practice what he preached, okay? But Sanderson is preaching things that I don't want to practice.
Yeah. That's a toss-up.
It's not. It's really not. One's way worse.
Yeah.
That's my favorite bit of all time is Norm Macdonald on Bill Cosby. Gosh, that hurts the most out of everything. Just losing Norm Macdonald. But he stayed true to the very end. He did not let me down. He just
called it like it was.
Let me down by freaking dying. Because he has a bit too where he talks about how much he idolized Bill Cosby.
Yeah,
I loved him. I loved him so much. It's like, what? No one told me he was a rapist. But then the best part of the bit though is his. Let me see if I can get his voice. So I'm not. You gotta at least get the cadence, So
right.
Bill Cosby, when it all started coming out, everybody said the worst part of it is the hypocrisy. Is it the worst part? Let's see. I think it was the raping, the lying to do more raping, and then maybe the hypocrisy.
Yeah.
I just went full Brooklyn there. That was not a good.
It started out pretty good.
I need to hear a clip. I actually can do a pretty good Norm Macdonald, but I need to hear his voice for a little bit.
Yep.
To get into it. Dude, what's the movie that he produced? They only let him make he's been in a bunch of comedy movies, but they only let him make one. And
I don't know about
the
that.
studios hated it. It is so funny. If you're looking for a good comedy, let's see.
Dirty Work, is that it?
Dirty Work. Oh man. Dirty Work is so funny. Still cooking, eh? Yeah. Yeah,
I have
Steve.
not heard of that.
We're still going. They got me talking about Bill Cosby. Works every time. His household name. Man, his stuff on SNL, I it's like a ritual for me. At least once a month, I'll get an itch. I'm like, I need to watch some Norm Macdonald clips. He is the greatest comedian of all time. It was the Revenge for Hire. Yeah, Dirty Work. It is such a good movie. Where can you watch it? Because if you haven't seen Dirty Work, sit down, shut up. You can watch it for free on Tubi right now. I don't know what you're doing with your life. Go watch Dirty Work.
Okay, bye.
Yeah.
No.
So they come up with a business doing revenge for hire. Right? They're hitmen, but they pull pranks.
Oh my gosh.
It's so good. Chevy Chase is in it.
Yeah.
It didn't do well.
Directed by Bob Saget?
Yeah, he didn't. It didn't perform well. Okay, it's the only movie where Norm plays a leading man. Okay,
Chris Farley's in it. What?
Dude, it's the funniest movie you'll ever see.
Apparently, it's Chris Farley's last film, but he wasn't included in the credits.
Structurally, it's not like a masterpiece, okay? It's not going to win an Oscar, okay? But it is the funniest movie ever. Now that Steve is here, I can share this. What do you got? What have you been sitting on this whole time? Don't bury the lead. What are you going to share? Dirty Work's so funny. There's a great gag in there.
That looks fun.
There's a car salesman in it too, right? I'm not mixing that up with a different movie. The car salesman guy? I think so. What a fun movie. Yeah, it's got
Nice.
The Billy Madison villain in it too. Christopher McDonald.
Okay. Yeah.
I was commenting on the 11-minute Prime official, and I said Rafe was fired from Gears of War, and someone said Rafe tweeted people need to keep the show going so he's not out of work. Yeah, he did tweet out, play the show on repeat, so to boost the numbers.
Yeah.
Not quite as bad as what his boyfriend did, but pretty bad. Anyway, I'm dying. I don't know how much longer I can stream, but I might just go watch Dirty Work right now.
I think we're done. I don't have anything else to talk about.
Let's see. I'm gonna go watch Dirty Work. It's so funny.
Oh. Okay, one more bit of news. So there's a new movie coming up called The Monkey.
Yeah, it looks interesting.
Yeah, so apparently I think it's based on a Stephen King novel or something like that. That's what I heard. But they had to change the monkey, the classic monkey toy with the symbols. They had to change it in the movie because apparently in Toy Story 4, Disney copyrighted the monkey with the symbols.
The clapping
so now it's
symbol monkey?
with drum instead. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
They copyrighted a toy that's been existing for centuries.
Yeah.
Not centuries.
Steve, I told everyone to do their homework so that we could talk about the Gorge this week, and no one watched it. I want to talk about the Gorge.
Busy
and
week.
I can't.
I'll try to get it done this week, but this week's busy too.
I have seen it. My spiel is I liked the movie. I didn't love the ending because I had a better idea for the ending that would have made it a really good movie instead of just, it's pretty good.
Well, apparently he didn't like it either.
He didn't like it. Probably because the ending sucked. Yeah. It's fun. It's fun. It was surprisingly fun. I enjoyed it a lot more. It wasn't what I was expecting. I wasn't expecting a rom-com. And it was pretty good. It was sweet. The thing is that when you get into the Gorge, it's not as good. It's not terrible either, though. It could have been done better. David's a slacker. He didn't watch The Gorge or play Conan in the middle of the night with us. Didn't hate it. The story just ended up sucking because The Gorge turned out to be dumb. Yeah, yes. Some of the answers inside The Gorge aren't great. I didn't hate it, though. I just... the ending was too sappy for me and went for a happy ending where if they did something else, it could be like a perfect ending. But I was pleasantly surprised by The Gorge. Did I go back and finish Charles's Castle that I tore up? No, I went to bed. Charles is trying to fix it.
Nice.
I got a real bad headache by the end of that stream. I didn't go back and fix Charles's Castle. Okay? It's not a movie I'd buy, but I had fun with it. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, you got to watch it, David, so we can actually talk about The Gorge.
All right, I'll watch it.
I did finish watching because I've been sick all week. Literally, like Tuesday night, I didn't sleep at all, and then I went on to do a stream with Prophet of the Dragon. I started watching The Day of the Jekyll. It's really good. Shockingly good. I loved it. I binged the whole season. I thought it was going to be garbage because it looks like, I mean, it's the stereotype. It's the whole like, it's going to be a black female cop hunting him down the whole time, which is just very common and often turns out stupid. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's on Peacock. It's phenomenal. It's really, really good. And the sniper stuff is really cool. Yeah. Really good stuff. It's not perfect. There are a couple complaints. There are a couple scenes where you're like, that wasn't the best choice, but it is the black female cop making bad choices. And you're like, okay, so that's believable because she's an idiot. The rest, not so much. There's some real good stuff there. The family stuff. Half of the family. One family I like. The other family I don't like because it's just bad writing. Yeah, it's like 50-50. It's not perfect, but the parts that I liked, I really, really liked. I loved. Yeah. And the parts that aren't great are just like, it's fine. And it doesn't take up the whole thing. And so definitely worth watching. Yeah. One of my favorite parts though is it does an homage to the original film, the Day of the Jekyll. So it's been done 3 times. It's the Day of the Jekyll in like the 60s or 70s, and then the Jekyll in the 90s with Die Hard, Bruce Willis, and it's not very good. And then the TV show, yeah, she was terrible. She was awful, and I like the ending. I really like the ending.
Oh boy.
She's also like terrible to her family, and then her daughter is horrible to her. Like the worst part of the show, and I'm going to spoil a little bit, but it's not important.
Yeah.
Is someone threatens her daughter. Okay. Someone breaks into her house and holds her daughter at knife point, and she kicks his butt and then starts torturing him, and the daughter gets offended. You were torturing the bad guy who was holding a knife to your throat, you idiot.
Yeah.
Their family like breaks up. They go and like her husband like goes and moves, like stays with his ex-wife because he's so offended that his wife saved their daughter.
Yeah.
It's bizarre.
That's pretty ridiculous.
The good stuff is like premier good. But yeah, there's a scene they literally just shot for shot redo a very famous scene from the original film where he's zeroing in a sniper rifle, and that started, and I was like, I didn't think they were. It was pleasant. It was very pleasant. Nice. I was mega surprised. I didn't think that they would do what they did at the ending, and it made me like it even more because, and the reason why I didn't hate that she was insufferable, the FBI agent, is because they did kind of show it was mostly her fault that her life was falling apart because she was so terrible. And they didn't shy away from the fact that she was terrible to her family. Except the one scene where she wasn't terrible. They were like, oh, you're so bad. You're like, that was the one time she was doing good stuff for her family, you know?
Yeah.
60-40. Now I'm thinking about it. I probably had it around that the Jekyll left himself so vulnerable by having a family. I really liked his family stuff, though. It was really good. It was really good stuff. And his wife is a hottie. So she got so many people killed. The ending helps. Yes. I really liked Jekyll. It's fun.
Nice.
Not perfect, but the good stuff is real good. There are a few tactical decisions you're like, I don't know if I believe that, but yeah, I was surprised to see they're doing a season 2. Yeah, I hope it's not just him trying to win his wife back. I hope it's just full, like, now I have no soul thing, you know, like, because the best parts of the show are when he's ruthless, when he's just brutal. The old RV couple in the last few episodes was, I really liked that. That was good. Like, fully embrace being a killer. Yeah. Him waiting 3 days in that place was great. Like, there's just, I ate it up. The gunmaker, best character, yes. Really fun show. They're not afraid to kill people off either. Like, stuff happens. The assassin stuff was great. I wanted more of that for sure. Yeah. It was just enough. Really good stuff, and then some drama.
Yeah.
Mark's on book 7 of Dungeon Crawler Carl. So am I. I'm what percent? I think I'm 30%
Book
of the
4.
way through. I've been taking it real slow. I'm 30% done. Yeah, you watched the whole thing. I did too. I did it in 2 settings because I was up all night with screaming girls, and so I'm just like, well, I'm not going to sleep, so I'm just going to watch the show. Now that we're chatting, I changed your mind. Yes, because I'm always right. I'm always right about everything. They're like some of the sequences. There were a couple scenes that they drummed up some of the action to make it more exciting for TV that made it a little bit less believable, you know? Like his escape scene from the boat kill is a little like, well, that's kind of convenient. Like, he should have planned for an escape instead of not having a plan at all. And there are some times where he does make himself way too vulnerable. If you're like, this doesn't seem consistent with the rest of his character. But, man, it was fun. It was so fun. Are
Cool beans.
The 3-minute video about Daniel Green. I already talked about it.
Yep.
I can't wait. I can't wait for another Naomi King drop. It's been so entertaining. Feed me more through an IV tube. I'll take a hamster. I will suckle that teat, not Naomi's.
Yeah, bad phrasing. I don't know. I could not make it through her second video she posted. That was just cringy as hell, man. But yeah, it's crazy. I can't wait. I feel like, I mean, she's gonna drop something else. There's gonna be more news. She just needs to shut up. Yeah, her retraction of her apology just kills me. I deleted my apology video because people were thinking that I was saying my accusations were false. So good. I can use my girthy straw. You're right. There we go. My straw that makes me feel uncomfortable every time I drink from it because it's so thick. That's what you call a callback.
I don't think she has a lawyer. And I think that's a great thing. I think more is to come. We're going to get some beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. She's an idiot for sure. It's been hilarious. I'm trying to think. The Day of the Jekyll, there was another scene that's just... There's some stuff in there that's just really, really clever. The way he goes about setting up his kills are just really fun. Really fun. But some of my favorite... Here's the thing about... your point of I want him to just go full on killer. Yeah, that could work, but also some of my favorite scenes from the TV show are where he's hesitant, like where he likes the person and he doesn't want to kill them, like the guy in the car. That was really fun. So the weapons are neat. Yes, putting the sniper rifle on a gimbal was great. Super good. Because he's on a boat, David. So he puts the sniper rifle on a gimbal. Really
Nice.
cool. The RV guys. Yeah, the RV guys and the like Estonian guy, or the kid in the car who he killed his two uncles or whatever. Super cool stuff. Snow White commercial. Yep. Yeah, I mean,
Speaking of Snow White, I'm kind of
this isn't news, bud.
Yeah. I'm kind of pissed at Daily Wire because they haven't had any announcements at all of their version of Snow White. They only filmed that,
I think it's canceled.
that little teaser, and then they said it's coming before Disney Snow White, and then nothing.
Well, they
No
lost
news.
the star.
And then they lost, yeah.
So
So
yeah, Daily Wire has been going through some rough stuff. I mean, I'm still gonna.
I like everything they do. I don't like Jeremy Boring as a person. I think he does not handle business things well.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We still don't have any news on when the Pendragon cycle drops, right?
Yeah, that's the other thing too. That I thought both of those were supposed to be last year.
They were originally.
Yeah. And they did mention that, she's still in the Pendragon cycle, but there was no word, absolutely zilch, on Snow White.
Because it's canceled.
Right, but they didn't say it, didn't officially announce anything. There's no updates at all. Anyways.
I mean, I'm gonna watch it for sure. Definitely gonna cover it. Some of the behind the scenes production stuff looks very impressive, but production doesn't mean crap.
Yeah.
If the writing and acting is bad, that's the writing is the most important part. Honestly,
some of the Daily Wire stuff has been really good, but none of it has been perfect, in my opinion. All of their movie production stuff so far. So, in fact, I think I've had issues with all of the third acts in all of their films.
They're doing catch up from the writer's strike, though, but I don't think that affected them because they didn't care about it, right?
Unless you're talking about the Disney.
But they're not like a
version,
an official whitelisted studio anyway, so it wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna watch the heck out of it. If it's bad, I'm gonna watch it even more. It's like can't get enough of that bad TV, baby. But is it? Yeah, like the production is a plot. If you can have like a wonderful production, that's great. But it's the writing. The writing is the most important thing for me. And I'll watch a show with horrible CGI if the story's good. Star Trek is awful. It's terrible. But the writing's so good you don't care. Doctor Who's pretty garbage CGI.
Yeah.
Except for these new Disney
CGI.
seasons where you're like, oh wow, the CGI is really good, but the story's crap and it sucks. I don't care.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's nice if you get good production value, but it's literally just the story that matters, and then the acting.
Yep.
And then
I agree. Story's most important. Acting is a fairly close second.
I want a good fantasy show. Well, if you haven't been on Twitter then, because everyone's raving about these 11 minutes of Wheel of Time. Fantasy is back. Real fantasy. I can't count how many people. They're all bots. They all say the same exact thing. It's 10 different accounts will say, real fantasy is back now. And they're mentioning the 11-minute preview like it's coming from a script. I've seen this one about 6 times. I've never watched this Wheel of Time show, but I just saw that 11-minute preview at a friend's house, and color me interested. I've seen that same tweet 6 different times from random accounts that were created yesterday. It's crazy how many bots they have shilling for the show.
Yeah.
He-Man movie. Everyone hated the He-Man TV show because they killed He-Man. So I don't watch it. I'm not invested in it. Don't care. Yeah, that's about it for the show. I am still very sick, and my energy is just about depleted.
Yeah.
So but really quickly, next week, it's just Invincible and Severance again. Unless I get around to watching Reacher, or if anyone else actually watches The Gorge.
Yeah.
I guess technically the Suits spinoff starts this week. I probably won't have time to check it out. And House of David. Amazon's doing a David TV show, which I kind of want to check out. It doesn't look bad. Yeah, they were removing negative comments. Absolutely, yes. Yeah, like
Also
it's
David.
It kind of looks like it might be pretty good. It's going to be a TV show about David. And then
Interesting.
the other thing so on the schedule, David, the official 3 episodes of Wheel of Time drop on March 13th. But there's going to be a preview the weekend before on March 8th for the first episode, and I'm going to record it and throw it up on the Google Drive.
What does that mean? A preview?
It's
not the full episode, but
no, you have to sign up for a fan screening of the first episode. Because the first week they're dropping the first 3 episodes.
Okay.
So I'm gonna record the fan screening of the first episode a week early and put it up if you guys want to watch that too.
Okay. When is that coming out?
Charles, you don't have to be the same generation, okay? It's just you don't have to be an actual Mexican either. Okay, if you become a channel member, you can become technically a Mexican too. And we're accepting of everyone, even if they're not from the same generation, into Best Gen. Because it's okay. I don't identify as a millennial either. So,
yep,
I'm an old soul. Oh, you're gonna watch the episode live? I'm not. I probably won't participate in that because I want to have a good screen recording of it, and I can't have people's voices, in it. But I could tune in right after the episode airs for sure. Charles, I did invite you to come on. I did. Gen X. See, I identify as Gen X, so there you go. It's all good.
Yep.
Wish I was born in the 80s. So, all right. Yeah. And then so next week, more of the same. And the week after that is Wheel of Time and Daredevil. And okay. Yeah, it's a crazy schedule. I'll send you I'll send you the link. There's not a place you can find the link, otherwise anyone could jump on the show. But I can email you the link if you're going to watch the George. Anyway, okay, That's about it. I was born in the 80s. Yeah, great. I barely missed them. I'm early 90s, baby.
And I'm a late 80s.
Yeah, David barely
closer.
caught tail end. He was born on December 32nd of 1989. So
your brain was
I'm
working
in
way
80s.
too hard to make that comment.
I'm in 80s, baby. I was thinking I said 1800s. I'm an 80s baby. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
There's not a public link. I lived.
Oh, this House of David show is supposed to be this Thursday.
Yeah, it's this week. That's what I said. That's what I said, David.
I asked you when it was. You didn't answer my question. I had to do my own research.
Because the first thing I said was House of David starts this week, and it looks interesting. We gotta watch a Bible show.
Yeah.
We're exclusively from now on. Best Gen is only covering the Bible. We're gonna be talking about The Chosen and House of David. No more nerd stuff. Okay. Nice. 45. That's a good round number. You know. I like that. Yeah. We got a rebrand. We'll just be called Bible Club. Anyway, that's it. I'm dying. I'm getting loopy.
Yep.
See you guys next week. It's been super fun. Bye.
Bye.
And now it is time to say goodbye.
We had a great conversation.
It's been fun. But all good things must come to an end, and the goodest ending I can think of is...
Right now, this moment, this night.
So I guess we just say goodbye.
So, goodbye.
Toodaloo. Au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen. Ciao. Ding dao day. But come back next week for more outrageous bloopers.
This is the end.
Well, there's only one thing left to do.
I'm gonna go home and sleep with my wife.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. If it's true, please take a minute to subscribe to the channel, and you can join us along for the ride. And if you pay me, I'll try to be more entertaining. So please consider joining Patreon and getting your name in the credits with pride.
I'd buy that for $1.